Underrated fragrance. I mean, it should be criminal for fragrances to smell this good, perform the way that they do for the price that they are. So, what are we going to talk about today? Underrated fragrances. So if you want to know what 7 fragrances in my collection, keyword my collection, that I feel are just supremely underrated that you guys should get your hands on, meet me on the other side of this intro and we are going to get right into it. I will see you in just 1 second. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, and thank you for returning to the scene of the crime. It means so much. So, what are we going to talk about today in this little roundtable discussion, this little bit of a review? You know how we do it here on the channel. 7 fragrances from my collection that, well, to me are just underrated, overlooked. It should be criminal. But before we get into that, I need something from you. Like, share, sub. That's it. Be active in the comments, participate. That's all I ask. Now, the first one I want to talk to you about, because we finna get it cracking. Let's get it started. The first one I want to talk to you about is from the house of Perry Ellis. So which fragrance do you think I'm going to pull out from Perry Ellis? What you think? What you think? It's probably not the one that you're thinking. Probably not. And it is from the 360 line. And it is Perry Ellis Reserved. And I've had several bottles of this over my 30 some odd years in frag, at least solid, honestly, probably about 35 years I've been doing this, no lie. As I sprayed a little bit on. Now this fragrance reminds me, and I'll say this too, some of these fragrances are really, really inexpensive. As I glance at them, can be had for around that $20, maybe a little bit, we'll say easily $35 and down, easily. And some of them are going to remind you of more popular, more expensive fragrances. This one in particular. Now, what does this fragrance give me the vibe of? There's 2 fragrances that come to mind. One, Biggie Smalls was a fan of, you know, the notorious B.I.G. That should have gave it away for all you hip hop fans right there. And it was Chanel's Platinum Egoist. And it also reminds me a little bit of Perfume de Marley's Percival. It's like a mix between the two. There, that's right, I said it. And you can pick this fragrance up all day long under $25. I think I picked this up at the rack store for like $16 or $17 because this is a 50 ml. And it's worth it. Again, it gives me Chanel Platinum Egoist meets Percival type of vibes. It's got that crisp, clean, spicy, woody, 1990s type of vibe going on. And it should, because it was a fragrance that came out in the 90s, but nonetheless, it's clean, it's classy, it's elegant, all of that, man. And I like it. I like it a lot. And this is one you can dress up, you can dress it down. You can white t-shirt this, you can t-shirt and blue jean it, you can polo it, you can suit and tie it, whatever. And it's very inexpensive and not hard to get your hands on. Perry Ellis 360 Reserve. Where do I go next? One that I hardly hear anybody talking about, especially from this house. This house gets a lot of love, but they don't have many fragrances like this in this house. There's 1 or 2 in particular that get the most love, maybe 3. And one of them, I'm fixing to give it away here, but that's fine. One of them is Vintage. You know yet? The other one is Rider and Dark Rebel Rider. And of course, I'm talking about John Barbatos. The Artisan line gets tons of love. This one is in the same bottle as the Artisan line, but I'm not sure if it's an Artisan or not. I just know it as John Barbatos Oud. And this is, listen, for the price of this fragrance, which is about $35 to $40, you get a great entry-level oud fragrance that just doesn't get a lot of talk. I like it. I really, really like it. It's smooth. It's oudy. It's a little bit daring because, let's be honest, not everybody has what it takes to wear an oud fragrance. I ain't trying to diss nobody. I'm just being honest. oud is somewhat challenging. Now this is a sweet oud, a really nice oud. I'm telling you, if a company released this same fragrance and charged $100 for it, I think people would pay it. Now again, yes, this is a sweet, not an animalic, not a barnyard type of oud. It gives you that little bit of human body that you get from oud. That same, you know what I'm saying? That even though oud is from a tree, there's something in it to me, to my nose, that just makes me think of flesh. So it is a little bit fleshy. But if you're looking for a great entry-level oud fragrance, you have to look no further than this one right here from the house of John Barbados. It is Soul Train. Kidding. It is John Barbados oud. I like that. I really do. I really do. And speaking of oud, we're going to stick with the theme of oud. This one is another one that I think, again, very popular house, very popular line from this house. And it is from the Icon line, and it is Dunhill's Gold Microphone. I present to you. Now this is Dunhill's Icon Absolute, another great entry level to oud fragrances. And I keep saying entry level to oud because when you go Middle Eastern and independent ouds, they are a lot of times stronger. Like I love Mansera. They have great oud fragrances, very wearable. And I tell you another thing while we're on the subject, the biggest misconception about oud is that you have to wear it in the winter. You do not. You have to realize a lot of Middle Eastern companies that put out these oud fragrances, they don't really have a winter. I have a co-worker, manager who's from Bangladesh, he's Bengali. And you know, he was talking about the winters over there. He was like, Trey, they don't have winters. So, you know, just saying that to say. But anyway, I digress. Back to what I was saying. Beautiful bottle. Absolutely love this bottle. I'm missing one from the Icon line. That's the green one. And I will get it eventually. That smells good. And surprisingly, I'm just going to tell you, I may wear this to work tomorrow. Surprisingly, this is a compliment getting fragrance. It absolutely and truly is. This is a fragrance that gets a lot of compliments. The last time I wore this, it was a little bit cooler. I did wear it to work, and it was a young couple came in, and the young lady just kept smelling. She was like, somebody, I don't know who it is. And she was a good ways away from me. But I must have had walked by and left a sillage, left that trail. And she stopped and was like, I don't know which one of y'all it is, but somebody smells really, really good. And this is what I had on. Because I was thinking, I'm going to wear this to work and I'm not going to get any compliments. As a matter of fact, in my head, I'm going, it's oudy, you may offend somebody. But it was still at the first, maybe middle spring, late spring. So I was like, I don't know. I don't want to offend nobody. I don't know. But I wore it anyway and received 1, 2, or 3 compliments that day. So this is one of those fragrances, guys, that you don't really think you're going to get a compliment, but then you do. And I moved just then and got a whiff of this John Barbados oud. Oh my gosh. Very pleasant little oudy fragrance. If you like the note of oud. Now, if you do not like oud at all, you ain't gonna like that. But if you do, then give it a shot. And this one where, and again, it's just so underrated, Where the John Barbados oud is sweet, this one, the Dunhill Icon Absolute, is a little bit more clean smelling oud than it is sweet. Nonetheless, great vibe. To me, this fragrance, to my nose, to my taste, and I've smelled a lot of different fragrances, this one comes across as a fragrance that smells a lot more expensive than what it is. What, 40, 45 bucks, 50 bucks you can get this? Maybe 30 if you get it from an aftermarket site like a Macari or Amazon or eBay or Facebook groups. You can find this fragrance all day at a really, really good price. So shop around, be smart, be vigilant. It also reminds me of, is it Oud for Greatness? Or Tom Ford's Oud Wood? Maybe it's Oud Wood that it's reminding me of. How about that? Yeah, I'm picking up that sort of vibe. It's got that Oud Wood sort of vibe to it. Nonetheless, very clean, very classy oud fragrance that you can pick up for we'll say under $50. I know, just to be safe. I know you can get this for around the $30, $35 mark if you shop right, but under 50 for sure. And that's a nice oud fragrance right there. I don't understand why that fragrance does not get more talk than it does. Okay, I've got 4 more. This one is one, and we're gonna stick with a theme here. This is from the house of Mont Blanc, and the bottle is almost, some would say it's cute, some would say it's cheesy. I like the bottle. It's from the Icon line, and it is Icon Absolute, and it is my favorite from the line. And this looks like a Pac-Man ghost, but it's not. It's supposed to resemble the Mont Blanc emblem. That's why they call it emblem. You get it? Get what they were doing there? Mont Blanc, who is in some people's eyes a niche company, in other people's eyes non-niche. Oh my goodness. Okay. Take Boss Bottle number 6 or a fragrance along those lines and just add just a little bit more freshness and cleanliness, but fruity at the same time. And that's what you get with this beautiful fragrance right here. I absolutely love it. It just smells good to me. I don't even have to stick my nose up to it. I can smell that from here. Love hit the mic. Love this fragrance. I do. I like that. When I smell this fragrance, what I think of is a well-dressed guy in his late 30s to early 50s. That's what I think of. I think of a mature guy who's very confident, knows what he wants, doesn't care what's popular. He just in his own lane. Wait a minute, is that myself? Well, anyway, just in his own lane, doing his own thing, not bothered with other people or what they think or their perception of him. That's what I get from this fragrance. And the beautiful thing about fragrances is, to me, you can take a fragrance and simplify it with your wardrobe, or you can take a fragrance and dress it up with your wardrobe. Peep game. See what I'm talking about? Like if you wear a suit and a tie, and you got your square and your hat and your glasses and your watch and your nails are done, and you get out of a nice clean car, if you spray on a $2 bottle of fragrance that you got from the Dollar Tree, they're gonna think, oh, that must be expensive because everything about you looks the part. So you can take a cheap fragrance and make it look expensive or smell expensive because people are gonna associate that with this and this with that. Just saying. But when I think about this fragrance, that's just what I feel. I feel like a middle-aged guy that has, may not have the answers to everything, but he's certainly figured out exactly who he is and what he wants. Now he's just on a path to try to obtain it. That's what this fragrance reminds me of. And me personally, when I wear this fragrance, I mean, it is one that invokes confidence in me. I just feel like, and for one, because I feel like not a lot of people around me is going to wear this fragrance or have even heard of this fragrance. And that to me is a plus and appealing. But I'm trying to tell you about it today. From the house of Mont Blanc, it is Pac-Man Ghost Emblem. I could have named this video Trinidad James because it seemed to be all gold everything, but that's not it. But from the house of Guess, we have Guess Gold, and this is one I really like as well, as I try to find some skin, and everything that I have sprayed on is smelling amazing right now. The one that I'm liking the most is probably that Ellis. That is just, again, it gives me Platinum Egoist meets Percival vibes. I love it. I'm gonna put this one in the air. Oh, goodness. This fragrance, in my opinion, my honest, humble opinion, is very modern. It's very modern. It is sweet. Super, super sweet. I like it. I like it a lot. And I want to say I paid just under $20 for this at Burlington. It will put you in the mind. It will put you in the mind of Baccarat Rouge 540. Hold on. It's not that sweet. Like, it's not as sweet as, where is it at right here? Al Hermane's Gold. What does it go? Oud Gold. It's not as sweet as that. Oh, y'all have to forgive me. My back and shoulders hurting, so I can't turn around and get it. Y'all gonna have to just wait a minute. Let me see, because I want to get the name right. Oh my goodness. Oh man, don't get old, guys. And of course I get the wrong one. That's all right, we're gonna get it. Persistence pays. Now let me put this one back. But again, gold bottles. I don't know what's up with me and gold tonight. Okay. Now, it's not as sweet as Rogue. That's what it is, Rogue. It's not as sweet as this. It's not as strong and as loud as this. This right here is a little bit more toned down version of it. Not a little bit. Take this and cut it in half by 50, and to me, this what you have is this. I didn't spray that on. Oh my goodness. Getting beside myself. I didn't spray this on. I was looking to smell it. And I'm not saying, because I don't know when Guess released this one, when 540 was released, or when Rouge was released, but there's a certain similarity between all of them. Now, again, I'm not sure. I think this one is a clone of the Extrait, so it's extra strong, extra potent, and this is beautiful. And I'm not the biggest fan of 540 and sweet fragrances, but it's something about this jewel right here that just works for me. And I got compliments with it all day when I wore it to work. And again, this one is just a little bit more toned, not a little bit more, I need to stop saying a little bit more. A very, very much more toned down version of this are the Baccarat Rouge 540 clones as well. Got it, get it, good, smells really good. And this, I think, was a little bit expensive for a 60 ml. I paid $75 for it, but it's getting hard to get, and I'm proud to have it in my collection because it is a beautiful fragrance and it does smell good. And that bottle reminds me of my 49. It's got Notre Dame on the front, San Francisco on the back. My two teams. What could you ask for? Oh my goodness. I need a chiropractor, y'all. But anyway, it's just a little free one for you. But this gives me those vibes, but just a lot less of it. You know what I mean? It's just, this one is just smoother, easier, calmer. Now that one's smooth and it's well made, but this one is just way more toned down. If that one's on 9, this one's on 3. You know what I'm saying? Got you. You got it. Get it good. Anyway, Guess Gold. Okay. The thing about doing these videos and putting these fragrances on your skin, I keep getting wafts of myself. I keep getting wafts of that Dunhill Icon Gold and wafts of that, I almost call it Percival, that Ellis Reserve. It hurts when I move this arm. It's crazy, I don't know. Just don't get old, just telling you. This next one, and it's not gold. It is a color though, amazing. I mean, when I sit down to do this, I did not plan it to be this way, but it's just the way that it worked out. From the house of Paco Rabanne, it is Black XS. And I love this fragrance. I have from the moment that I smelled it. And I don't know why more people are not talking about this fragrance or why it didn't have more hype or whatever. I don't get it. I don't. Now, This fragrance I feel like could be unisex. I'm gonna hold it up towards my ring light. My levels are right here. This is one I don't want to be without in my collection. I have not worn it in a while, but there's to me nothing that says a beautiful spring day more than this one, because you get a synthetic, but you get a beautiful strawberry note that comes off of this fragrance that just makes me think of myself chilling somewhere on a picnic table. You know, maybe I'm on a little audition, or maybe I'm just by myself, you know, chopping it up with one of the homeboys on the phone or something, just sitting on a picnic table in a nice pair of khakis, maybe khaki shorts, khaki pants, or maybe a nice pair of blue jeans and a V-neck polo or something like that, like, you know, just a nice V-neck t-shirt, just chilling, just sitting there, just, you know, enjoying the sunshine. Like when the time first changed in that first week or two, where it gets, you know, the days get long, because you still have a little bit cool temperature at night. So that's what this reminds me of, just catching a vibe. It's just got this nice, crisp, clean, dryer sheet type of vibe to it. Again, working in a grocery store, there's 2 aisles I love to go down. I try to stay away from the donut aisle, because go down that aisle too much. Laundry detergent and the coffee aisle. Those are my 2 favorite aisles to walk down, because it just, I'm a frag head, so everything, if it's got a smell to it, I'm sniffing. So when I go down that coffee aisle, I smell the fresh ground coffee and the different coffee bags. And when I go down the laundry aisle, I smell all the different detergents and the dryer sheets, and that's what this reminds me of. That's what this reminds me of, and I absolutely love it. From the house of Paco Rabanne Black X's. Now, I got mine at a Burlington coat factory many years ago, for around 18 bucks. That's what I paid for this. I think it's going to be hard for you to find it at that price, but I'm certain that you can get it under 40, which honestly is still a pretty inexpensive fragrance. Not a huge fan of this lighter style thingy. I think that's cheesy, but a compliment getting fragrance. A fragrance that I think could be unisex, because the strawberry in it is that unisex to me. But nonetheless, beautiful fragrance from the house of Paco Rabanne Black X's. All right, and rounding out as we go for the 7th ending stretch, which I need to do because your boy's back is really bugging him tonight. Part of having back problems. Another one from the house of Guess. And I really like this fragrance a lot. I really do. And it is a compliment getter, crowd pleaser, office friendly, date night type of fragrance that nobody's gonna tell you smell bad. Extremely mass appealing and extremely inexpensive for a 100 ml bottle. And it is Guess Seductive. Yeah, Seductive. And I'll just tell you, this is a inexpensive version of YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme. Same vibe. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man. Sweet, clean, almost like it wants to go powdery, very gentlemanly. And again, this is one, if you were dressed right and you came down through there right, people are gonna think, man, he smells good. I bet he paid a lot of money for that cologne. Nope, because it's not expensive. Guess fragrances are not expensive, and this to me is a house that for whatever reason people are just afraid of. They run from the house of Guess, and I don't know why. This whole Seductive line to me is fire. Whether it's this one, Blue Seductive, or Seductive Noir, they all smell good to me. I have all 3, they all smell good, and I like them all. This, I think, though, is my favorite. Again, draws many comparisons to YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme. Listen to me now, believe me later on. If you don't have this in your collection and you're looking for an inexpensive date night or just chill banger type of scent, man, go pick this up. Go pick this up. You will not be disappointed. All right, guys, I gotta get off here so I can do some stretches, so I get this whole back and shoulder to loosen up. Again, man, thank you all for returning to the scene of the crime. You are the best subs ever, and the most important part of this channel. And I greatly appreciate you all. I do. Thank you. Please remember to be active in the comment sections. It helps. And always, 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 always be sure to like, share, and if you haven't, give your boy a sub. Now, with that being said, I gotta get off of here and stretch this old football injury back of mine and thumbnail it, edit it, and get it out so you guys can see it. Today is Wednesday. We're over the hump, so when you see this, it'll be Thursday morning. So happy Thursday. It is weekend eve, and we are getting close to that weekend. So anyway, you already know the drill, guys. I love you all, and God bless you all. Until next time, peace.